Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Manchester United discuss first Ruben Amorim transfer as wonderkid-eyed. The latest Manchester United transfer news and rumours from in and around Old Trafford. Manchester United are reportedly interested in a potential move for Atalanta midfielder Ederson ahead of the January transfer window. Ruben Amorim will be gearing up for his first window in charge of the club, with a matter of weeks until the winter window opens. A name that is said to have popped up in discussions is Ederson. According to Sky Sports Germany's Florian Plettenberg, United are discussing and considering a move for the 25-year-old, who is highly valued at the club. It is added that United are looking for midfield reinforcements and are looking to make a move as early as possible when the window opens. Ederson has over 2 years remaining on his contract with Atalanta and is a regular in their starting 11. He has featured in all of the club's games so far this season, either in central midfield or in the defensive midfield role. Elsewhere, The Times report that Manchester United are one of 2 Premier League sides showing a serious interest in Sunderland midfielder Chris Rigg. The 17-year-old has established himself as first choice in the Black Cats Championship table-topping side. The report says that both Crystal Palace and United are showing an interest in the teenager. However, Sunderland manager Regis Lebris has urged both Rigg and Jobe Bellingham to stay with the club. "I am sure other clubs are noticing the players we have, but it is better that way. It means you are doing well," he said. "They are very young, and they are playing very well. I think it is important for them to be here until the challenge is not high enough for them. Probably, when they feel that they need something more to develop, that should be the right moment to leave, but at the minute, for both players, I think they are still in the right zone for their career development. They need to play, and they need to learn. They need to learn about playing in a collective style, so for them, I think the culture we have here is still working for them. I think the graph of their learning is still going up at a good level. There are not specific rules for the way people develop because maturity can arrive at 17. Ruben Amorim's Manchester United press conference, 5 things we learned as Portuguese coach fronted the media for the first time as Old Trafford boss. Ruben Amorim sat down to face the media for the first time since becoming Manchester United head coach. It was a fascinating 45 minutes in his company in which, speaking both English and Portuguese, he addressed topics on his style, why he believes in these players, and whether he has spoken to his idol, and former Manchester United manager, Jose Mourinho. Amorim smiled a lot but also showed there is a steeliness to his character, too. He is preparing to take charge of his first game in his new role on Sunday away to Ipswich Town, where fans will watch with interest to see what he has managed to implement on these players in such a short space of time. As well as his briefing with reporters, he also sat down with former Manchester United defender Gary Neville for an extended chat for Sky Sports. Mail Sport picks out 5 things we learned from those 2 media appearances from the charismatic new man in charge. Amorim has a signature smile, that's the first thing to note. It is infectious to those who come into contact with him, but you would be wrong to assume his happy-go-lucky appearance at times paints him as a soft touch. Amorim is fiercely competitive and also incredibly clear in his demands. He said that having been a top-level player previously, he knows all of the tricks and won't be giving players too much leeway to play with him or his coaches when it comes to putting in the hard yards. "First thing, I think we have to be better athletes. That is something that you can acknowledge when we are here and we see the data," he told Neville in the Sky Sports chat. "When I say fitter, it's not being thinner or anything about that. It's the data. You have to understand the data to press high. What is the average meters that you have to run, the sprints? You have all this data and you have to cope with that. So you already know your goal is to reach that. You can run a lot, but if you don't understand the game, it doesn't matter. But the first point to press high, you have to be very fit and you have to cope with the demands of pressing high. So his non-negotiables, we learned what those are, too. You can say the pretty things like hard work, be professional. You should be," he said. "This is Manchester United. In every club, you should be, but here, of course, you cannot run from that. £83 million midfielder, flattered, after United make contact, big upgrade on Casemiro. Manchester United have initiated interest in Real Madrid midfielder Eduardo Camavinga through intermediaries, according to Bernabeu Digital. The Red Devils signed Manuel Ugarte to bolster their midfield in the last transfer window, and he has been impressive in recent appearances for the club. The Uruguayan is expected to become a mainstay under new manager Ruben Amorim. The 23-year-old was a standout player under the Portuguese during his time at Sporting CP. United have Kobbie Mainoo, Mason Mount, Casemiro and Christian Eriksen to occupy the other central midfield role, but this has not stopped transfer speculation. Eriksen is expected to leave the club when his contract expires next summer, while Casemiro has also been touted to depart by the end of the ongoing campaign. A new midfielder could be pursued next year, and Bernabeu Digital claim that United have established contact with Camavinga's entourage via intermediaries. The Frenchman is also aware of the reported interest, and he is flattered to be linked with the club. However, the Rennes graduate still has 5 more years left on his contract with Los Blancos and wants to continue at the European champions for a long time. United have no chance of landing Camavinga. The Red Devils were linked with the 22-year-old during his time at Rennes, but Madrid beat him to his signature. He has since developed into a top-class player. Camavinga was hampered by a knee injury at the start of the season, but he has been a regular in midfield under manager Carlo Ancelotti since his comeback. He has 6-1 and 80 duels won per league appearance alongside 6.8 recoveries. He has completed 88% of his passes with 1 assist to his name. Aside from his regular midfield role, Camavinga has also impressed from the left-back position at Madrid. In our view, United have no chance of prizing him away from the Champions League holders. The £83 million rated star is one of the best young midfielders in world football, and he is unlikely to contemplate a move to a club who remain in regular transition. Camavinga would be a brilliant upgrade on Casemiro for United. He is better with the ball at his feet and has the ability to retain possession better while making more recoveries. However, a move to Old Trafford is unlikely to materialise unless the midfielder pushes for a new challenge elsewhere. That does not appear like happening at the moment. Fighting fit Marcus Rashford takes up new sport to keep in top condition for Man United. Footballer Marcus Rashford is fighting fit after taking up boxing and mixed martial arts. The Manchester United and England striker, 27, has been working out in a boxing gym. He has also had sessions with a trainer who specializes in Muay Thai, a form of martial arts favored by cage fighters. Rashford was left out of the England squad for this month's Nations League games. Instead, he went to New York and watched a UFC cage fight and basketball game. A source said, Marcus has really started to get into fighting in recent years. He's always enjoyed watching boxing with his mates, but he's also developed an interest in MMA as the sport has become more popular. The club know and have no problem with it. They just think it's great extra fitness training. Rashford is hoping to win the favor of new head coach Ruben Amorim, who backed his recent trip to New York. Man United ready to agree £49.9 million, £58.2 million asking fee to secure signing. Manchester United have netted 12 goals so far in 11 Premier League fixtures, and the top scorer is Garnacho with 3 goals. The Red Devils splashed the cash to lure Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna in the summer, and the Dutch striker has only got 1 goal to his name, scored on the opening day of the season. Therefore, new manager Ruben Amorim needs to improve the quality of the offence at Man United, and the name of Ademola Lukman is in the focus. According to an exclusive story covered by Court Offside, Atalanta value the Nigerian international, who has been in brilliant form, at around £49.9 million, £58.2 million. It is stated that Man United are ready to agree the fee required to secure the signing of Lukman, but they face competition from Real Madrid and PSG. The 27-year-old attacker, who can play through the centre and on the left flank, directly contributed in 27 goals last term and scored a sublime hat-trick in the Europa League final win over Bayer Leverkusen. Atalanta are currently leading the goal-scoring charts in Italy with 31 goals in 12 fixtures, but they are a point behind league leaders, Napoli, at the moment. Thus far, the former Leicester City man has started 13 games for the Bergamo club in all competitions and directly contributed in as many goals, 8 goals and 5 assists. The arrival of Lukman would largely strengthen the quality and depth of the attack, but can Man United beat the competition from Champions League clubs to get his signing done? We shall see. Thanks for watching. See you next time with more Manchester United updates.